most things. But don't ever bet me, 'cause I'm gonna be true. Well, if you let me, you're gonna love me like no one's loved me, come rain or come shine. Happy together, unhappy together, and wouldn't it be fine? Days may be cloudy or sunny, we're in or we out of the money, yeah, but I'm with you always. I'm with you rain or shine. You're gonna love me like nobody's loved me, come rain or come shine.
Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't she look beautiful tonight? Oh yeah. Yes, and everybody take their seats. We are going to have our bride and groom dance their first dance.
Oh, when you're cold, I'll be there. Hold you tight to me. When you're on the outside, baby, and you can't get in, I will show you you're so much better than you know. When you're lost, when you're alone, and you can't get back again, I will find you, darling, and I'll bring you home. And if you want to cry, I am here to dry your eyes. And in no time, you'll be fine.
2 years ago, when I went to visit Jody, I noticed she was acting a little different than in the past. I've been visiting her in Arizona for almost once a year since she left for college when she was 18. So we had our errands that we would run together year after year. For instance, we would go grocery shopping, and on our car ride home, she was so eager to get home this time. It wasn't normal. She was just very antsy. She'd run out of the car, run into her apartment, and sit down on the computer even before she went to her answering machine. She was in such a rush, I think she might have forgotten to close the car door behind her more than once, just to get to the computer. I wasn't sure how to take this, but when I realized how happy she was, I knew it was something good. So, his name was Andy, 1178, also known as Andrew Geller. He was a 20-something Jewish guy who lived in Chicago. I was never able to see a picture online, unfortunately, but I heard he was a great guy. Months went by, and she ended up telling my family that she was going to Las Vegas to visit this guy, Andy, who she was in touch with on a daily basis via email. Jody and Andy already got to know each other. They had their getting to know each other dates online and on the phone, but it was time to meet face to face. I thought that sounded crazy, meeting an online friend in a random city, but Jody said, "Don't worry, we're getting separate rooms in case it doesn't work out." She knew that she loved him through words, but the true test was about to come. I received a phone call a little less than 24 hours after they met face to face, and she said, quote, "Ab, this is it. I said to myself, one romantic weekend of getting to know each other, and she thinks this is it. Well, here we gather tonight from two people who have taken the advantage of technology and found each other through long-distance love. After spending time with Andy throughout the past year, I've finally grown to trust him and online dating. I've had the pleasure to meet his wonderful family and see where his warmth comes from. He understands all the qualities of how to handle my sister, to how to love my sister the way she deserves to be loved. Andy's humor and healthy lifestyle, including going to bed at 9 p.m., which I have a really hard time understanding. I live in New York City. Matches perfect with Jody's. I see the way they smile when they look at each other. It's one of those things that will even get better within time. I always imagine what it was like before they met face to face, and finally, they have the pleasure to look at each other and smile forever.
I'd like to raise a toast to the bride and groom, my brother Andy, and my new sister Jody. But before we get to the champagne, or wine, or whatever we're drinking, I'd like to say a few things about this very special couple. This would normally be the time when I, as a representative of the Geller-Kalb-Midlarskis, would welcome Jody into our family. I won't do that, though, because in truth, Jody has been a part of our family since the first time she walked into Mom and Marv's apartment 2 years ago. I accepted her immediately, not because she was my height, and not some Amazonian who would forever dwarf me in family photos. So the first thing I ever said to Jody was, "Oh my God, you're my height." You're my size, sorry. She remembers it perfectly. I accepted her into our home and our family because I had no choice. My brother was crazy in love with this gorgeous girl with the big smile and the big hair. Soon we all were too. Jody fit right in. As most of you know and have heard throughout the night, Jody and Andy never really dated. After meeting on JDate in the chat room and progressing towards romance on the phone, and finally meeting halfway in Las Vegas, Jody and Andy embarked on the oddest courtship I'd ever heard of. They traveled back and forth to and from family gatherings, often only meeting up briefly at the airport before flying to Long Island or New Jersey for weddings, bar and bat mitzvahs, Passovers, and Thanksgivings. That this constant pre-engagement exposure to family craziness didn't turn either of them off is a testament to the strength and truth of their love. During these visits, our families got to know each other pretty well. Because my family is based in Jersey and Jody's is in Long Island, Geller-Midlarski Drucker brunches in Manhattan became a bit of a tradition. A lot of hyphens in this speech. The modern world. And last summer, when Robert was in that place, my family saw firsthand how strong, dedicated, caring, and loving Jody and her family are. Jody and Abby, Holly, her kids Glenn and Julie, and Grandma Ann spent the whole summer in the ICU waiting room, taking care of Robert, yes, but mostly taking care of each other. The Druckers took over the room, filling it with friends, family, food, and love. And Andy flew in weekly from Chicago to stand by Jody's side to lend support to his new family. And this certainly was the right family for Andy to marry into. As if it was a priority, Grandma Ann made sure to bring Andy's favorite meatballs whenever he flew in. We thank God that Robert has recuperated, and we also thank God that he and Lynn have raised such a wonderful girl to fall in love with my brother. My brother is a special man. I usually think of him as a boy because he'll always be my little buddy. But I can't help notice that he's over 6 feet tall and getting a little gray around the temples. It doesn't matter though, because when I look at him, I see the same eyes as the little baby Mom and Dad brought home from the hospital. The one who liked to play airplane, and whose bunk bed was our Imperial Starship set for our Star Wars action figures. We actually had Luke and Leia get together before we knew what happened to Return of the Jedi. A bit of an issue. In first grade, Andy used all of his souvenir money to buy his big sister a stuffed animal on a school trip. In 7th grade, he sewed me a pink elephant pillow. We fought, we yelled, we made it through my bitchy phases and his insistence on listening to the most horrible music in the car. We stuck together when Daddy died, and we even got through the few months we were roommates in New York. See, we love each other, but like all siblings, we have our clashes. Andy has a tendency to get a bit testy when he's hungry, get a bit testy when there's chaos around him, and a little bit testy when he's tired. That's where Jody comes in. She has all of my good points, the looks, the intelligence, and sense of humor, but she also has patience for Andy's peculiar traits and can cater to his very particular needs. Jody carries peanut butter in her purse and cooks brisket and sweet potato pie. So Andy never starves. She rearranges his closets and drawers and keeps his world organized so he's never frustrated. And she likes hip hop and R&B, so he can like his car rides too. Andy and Jody are a wonderful couple, and we all love them both. I know my daddy would have been so proud of the man Andy's become, and be so happy today to see him marrying a nice, smart, funny Jewish girl, and one who shares his taste in contemporary design. My Grandpa Joe would be very excited that Andy met such a beauty, was embarking on a successful career, and was serving such good food. And Grandma Esty and Grandpa Maurice would be beaming that finally one of us was getting married. So raise a glass to the union of these two families, to our beloved Andy and Jody. I love you guys. Mazel tov and l'chaim.
Ladies and gentlemen, a nice round of applause for our lovely sister of the groom. A job well done. Very nice toast.
Lisa, carbs. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min, borei pri hagafen.
Waited till I saw the sun. I don't know why I didn't come. I left you by the house of fun. I don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't come. When I saw the break of day, I wish that I could fly away instead of kneeling in the sand, catching teardrops in my hand. Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Oh, but you're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft.
There is a she gets misty the moment you're near. You can say that you're living young. Oh, but it's just what I want you to do.
I'll get you medicine when your tummy aches. Build you a fire if the furnace breaks. Oh, it could be so nice growing old with you.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Stephanie, and I am Jody's friend from Arizona. Jody and I met 4 years ago while working in an insane asylum, cleverly disguised as a company that publishes a magazine in Scottsdale. For those of you who have heard the gory details and horror stories of our working experience, great. For those of you who haven't, consider yourselves very lucky. It was terrible. Jody and I became instant friends right from the start. We both felt like we were school-age girls from the very beginning, and our friendship was very comfortable and fresh right from the beginning. There were so many reasons that I learned to love Jody right from the start, and some of these may sound like I lust after her, but I'm gonna leave that to you. That's all you. I love that her house was like a dungeon. Like you would walk in and it was completely dark and all the shades were pulled. It was like cold. And I love the fact that it was only decorated with dried flowers because like what else could live in that apartment besides dried flowers? And I love the fact that like the first day I met her, practically I brought her a plant, Spike, that died shortly after. I love the fact that she can wash her hair and like 5 days later it's still wet. I love the fact that Jody comes to my pool, she like lathers herself up with oil, looks like a chick from like Boca 84, and stays all day, and clogs up my drain in my pool. It's great. I love that Jody operates best with major drama in her life, but always ends up on top. I love that her and I spent hours in a car, a Ford Focus, in California, laughing about something that only the two of us have ever found funny. And I still laugh to this day when I think about it. Excuse me. I love that when we were working together, we were literally 4 feet apart, but we would instant message each other all day long for hours, and then go to lunch, and then all afternoon. That's great. And speaking of Jody's typing, is it just me, or do you need a Dick Tracy decoder to figure out what she's trying to say in her emails? Because I still can't read it. Andy, I think you're wonderful. I really do. I feel like I've known you for years, and I feel like the first time we met, after speaking for so long on the phone, we forgot that we had never really met before. And that was